maximizers, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Crystal. I'm a money savings coach, and I'm here to help you, yes you, save money so that you can live the life you love and reach your big financial goals. For today's video, we're going to be talking about how you create a budget. And I'm going to break it down super duper simple. So we're going to go over these 4 main categories that I suggest you have in your budget plus your income. So in order to do this, literally all you need is a notebook, lined paper, and a monthly calendar overview. You can go to Dollar Tree for $1.25 and grab you like a calendar. You can print a calendar, you can write it on a piece of paper and put the 30 squares in, but you need a calendar overview. So the first thing I would like for you to write down in your notebook, like in a list, is your income. And we're gonna do monthly for now, and then eventually if you need to break this up to weekly or bi-weekly, you can, but we need to know our monthly total numbers and then we can break it down from there. So what is your monthly income and how often do you get paid? Write down your income, how often you get paid. Then you're gonna go to your monthly calendar and you're gonna put in payday with the amount if the amount is set. If the amount is not set, you can just put payday, whatever works for you. But write down in the list the income with the monthly amount, then go to your calendar, and if you get paid weekly, bi-weekly, or once a month, put it on your calendar. Income first. Next, we're gonna go to the first category of your budget, and I like to call this bills. So bills are anything that is non-negotiable with a due date that must get paid. Rent, mortgage, car payment, car insurance, daycare for your kids, internet, electricity, water, cable, car insurance, did I say that already? Phone bill, anything that has a due date. That also will include Netflix, Hulu, Paramount Plus, if you're in the Money Saving Academy, any memberships, anything that has a due date with a required payday needs to be under bills. And what you're gonna do is you're gonna plot said bills on their due date. So on the first, I will actually pay my rent and mortgage on the second. So on the second, it would say rent with the amount. On the 15th is my phone bill. So it will say AT&T with the amount. So on your calendar, I want you to write out all of your bills, okay? Write out all your bills. Now you're also gonna write your bills in that list. So it's gonna be income, and then you're gonna list out all your major bills. Now if you have credit card debt payments like me, I don't list all my credit cards in the list. I just put credit card payments and I write the total amount. But every other individual bill I do list out. When I used to do Kinsley's daycare, I would put Kinsley's daycare and put the monthly amount on there, okay? But on my monthly overview, I pay daycare every Friday, so I would put, or every Monday, I would put daycare with the amount that I was paying on that Monday. So the calendar overview is your visual to see what bills are due when, and then the list is gonna be for you to do your calculations of like how much income you have, subtract how your bills, subtract your expenses, is how much you have left over, how much you need to allocate, if that makes sense. So plot all of your bills and anything with the due date into your calendar. Second category is what I call expenses. So expenses are things that we spend money on, but they have no due date. We also dictate how much we spend. So these expenses are only gonna go in the list overview. Some example expenses: gas, grocery, beauty, self-care, fun monies, date nights, anything you spend money on monthly. If you go to Starbucks, Dunkin' Donuts, if you buy lunch, so eating out, dinners, anything that you spend money on for the month needs to be in an expense category. Some things you can put together. So under beauty, I have nails, I have hair, and I have waxing, all in beauty. Self-care is massages and facials and books, because I be buying books for myself. That is under self-care. Fun monies is anything we want to do fun. Me and Bae also have like $100 a month allowance. We can spend whatever, we can buy whatever we want with that $100, but that's just like free money for us to buy, but it's in the budget. Kinsley has a line item of like 20 bucks. Ice creams, whatever we do with her, it can come from that $20 a month budget, okay? So all your expenses need to have a purpose. So if you go to Starbucks, it needs to be there. I have a client, Janie, who her and her husband like to buy soda when they run their errands. She wasn't allocating that in her budget until we worked together, and she was like, well, Crystal, we buy a pop. She's from Midwest. She says pop. We buy a pop every time we go out, and it's only like $3 for the both of them, but they didn't realize that they were spending their money on that. So when they did their budget, they would be off by 30, 40 bucks because they were buying a lot of pop. And she's like, this is a lot of money spent on soda. And I'm like, absolutely it is. So then they could decide, all right, we're not going to get one every time. We're going to get it twice a week, right? Because they like that versus the canned soda. But do you see how she put that in her budget? So now they have a pop budget. Now they have a date night budget. So they know how much they have to spend when they do those things. So list out all of your expenses and the average amount, okay, that you want to spend in that category. So that's expenses. Next, we're going to go to sinking funds. So sinking funds are expenses, but you don't spend money on them every month. So like vacations, birthdays, car maintenance, pets. These are things that you want to be intentionally saving for, but you don't buy stuff for your pets every month. We do every other month, right? Or maybe you get an oil change every 3 months. So you still want to save for that so you have money for it, but it's not something you do every month. So your sinking funds, you want to write those out too, and how much you want to allocate. And then the last category, but one of the most important categories, is savings. Savings is anything you're saving a year or more. So vacations, new house, new car, and emergency savings. These things we're saving for a year or more, and we want this money at a different bank account than our main bank account with our main money, because we want it to be far away and for us to not be tempted by it. So savings is in my budget like a bill. So it goes bills, savings, and then all of my expenses, because savings is non-negotiable. I can cut back my nails. I can cut back my wax. I don't got to get no more pretty eyelashes, right? I don't have to eat out. Like, we can take back our allowance, but our savings is like non-negotiable, like our rent. I can't wake up and say, oh, I don't want to pay my rent and expect to still be able to like live in the house, right? We've got to treat ourselves and our savings just like that. So savings is non-negotiable, but I want it broken down into a category so you can see what specifically you're saving for and how long you're going to be doing that. So the savings plan, we actually go over that in grave detail in the Money Saving Academy. We're actually doing a year-long savings challenge together, which is pretty epic, so we can all reach our savings financial goals by the end of the year. So those are the 4 categories. We have bills, we have expenses, we have sinking funds, and we have savings. So now in your monthly overview, you should have your bills, you should have your expenses, your sinking funds, and your savings. Now you're going to do your math. You're going to do your income, subtract all that stuff you want to save for. Is it a positive number? Is it a negative number? Or is it right on the dot? If it's a positive number, right? Say you have $300 left over. You want to give that $300 a purpose. Is there something that you didn't include that you want to add in? Is there a treat or something that you want to give to yourself? Or do you want to take that $300 and put it towards your big financial goals? Do you want to put that to your savings? Do you want to put that to debt payoff? If it's a negative number, you need to go to your expenses, and this is where you will have to cut back. Do you need to cut back your grocery budget by $75? Do you need to cut back your coupon budget by $50, right? Do you need to maybe not buy clothing this month and buy it next month if you have clothes that you can wear, right? So go to your expenses to see where can you reduce it, or where can you strategically shop better so you can get, $400 worth of groceries for $300 because you're using your extra bucks and your register rewards and your Ibotta gift cards to pay for the things that you still need, but it's not coming from your cash out of pocket. And that strategic shift is what I teach inside the Money Saving Academy, where I help you save up to $300 per month. And the main principle is through budgeting, and then we cover couponing, meal planning, and strategic shopping. We do weekly live trainings, and I give you daily Q&A support in the group so that you are never left with a money question unanswered. So you want to look at your expenses to see where you can cut back and even that amount out, and then you will know I can only spend $300 on groceries, not $400. So we've got to get strategic. So those are my tips for creating a budget. Let me know down in the comments. Drop a money sign in the comments if you have a budget. And drop an X in the comments if you're like, no, Crystal, I don't have a budget. And if you want help, you can book a free sales clarity call with me, and we can chat about what you need help with and how we can work together inside the Money Saving Academy. So I want to thank you all so much for your love and support. I appreciate each and every one of you. Stay safe out there as you are shopping. And as always, please like, share, and subscribe. Thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video.